after 2 years of getting in my car and putting crates together on the side of the road so people could load their freight into it, I joined a couple of freight networks, international freight networks, and that sort of opened a whole new world for us. So with international freight networks, they're basically freight forwarders from different countries do exactly what we do. Say I need an agent, say in UAE. So where do I find this agent? Okay, I'm at this freight network. Let's sit down. Let's have a chat. Okay, well, when I've got business now to UAE, I'll reach out to you and contact you. Likewise, he'll do the same with me. And you build relationships. It's a bit like CUB, but it's the international
for the industry.
Yeah, for the industry.
So in the freight industry, that network of people around the world is crucial because you need people to assist you with freight in different regions, countries, and so on.
It's key. Without a network, you've got nothing. So we had a shipment a few Christmases ago that landed in Sydney, and I got a phone call from our agent over in Houston, and he says, my agent in South Africa, a good friend of mine, he says he shipped these big monster earth moving trucks into Sydney on a Ro-Ro vessel that have arrived in quarantine, have said, no, you haven't got import permits for them, you need to send them back. He said, don't worry, I've got a friend in Australia, and this is from networking, David Aherne. Reach out to him at Across the Ocean Shipping. They'll sort it and they'll rearrange the re-export for us. Long story short, we went through the whole process with quarantine, and we arranged the re-export back out to South Africa for this agent. And he was put on to me by this guy in Houston, Paul, who'd introduced us. Paul said, you know what, you've done a brilliant job with that. There's a $10,000 profit share. It's like, Merry Christmas. So little things like that are great experiences, and that's just about knowing your shit. If you don't know your shit, particularly in this industry, things can go very, very wrong. This other freight forwarder that had bought it into Sydney didn't know that they couldn't be imported into Australia. They hadn't done their homework. And that's why it's vital. You've got to know what you're moving and how to move it. The way I've always tried to build the business is we just need to be 1% better than everybody else, be it the customer service, be it our knowledge.
If you want to be great in business, well, two things you should do. Look after your customer and be the best at what you do. Always be training what you do, always be learning, always be developing. So I'm assuming because it's such a globally connected network of freight forwarders and people in the space, your reputation is everything in that industry. Is that something that you'll try to pride yourself on, or you'll try to build your reputation?
100%. Reputation is everything. I spent 10 years flying around the world, growing Across the Ocean's presence with other freight forwarders. I used to attend network events, in different countries. I've been to Asia, all over Asia. I've been to Panama, and just peddled the name Across the Ocean Shipping. You build those relationships, you build that reputation. If you can't do something, you say, look, this is not for us. We can't do this, but I know somebody that can help you. We take on what we can take on, and we try and do the best we can.